Hello, Miss Mariah J. Day here. I am planning to go through number 17 on this mole calculation worksheet. I've written it on the board. First step, every time you have something that is not just easy peasy, being able to just glance at the periodic table and say, oh, lithium, like number 1. Oh, here we go, we got nitrogen. We do have to go the long route where you had a little bit of practice with that on number 9 through 14, which I did 14 on the last video. So we've got to go through this process of calculating the molar mass before we can even really read super detail or do any calculations. We have to get a conversion factor for beryllium iodide. So beryllium iodide, we've got Be, there's 1 beryllium, and 1 beryllium weighs 9.01 grams per mole. Then we've got iodine, that's times 1. We know that 9.01 times 1 is 9.01 grams per mole. Kind of going the long route for you, so that way it's super detailed for you. Then we've got iodine. How many iodines are in beryllium iodide? 2. That's in your problem, that's also written on your paper. So beryllium iodide, we've got iodine. 1 mole of iodine is 126.90 grams per mole. That's if we have 1 of them. But we've got 2. So we're going to multiply that times 2, and we'll use the calculator to do that because I cannot do that in my head. So we've got 126.90 times 2, which we end up with 253.8 grams per mole. We're not done yet. We still have to add them together. So add those 2 together. I'm just going to keep that same number in there and go ahead and add it to the molar mass of beryllium, which is 9.01. I put that add sign because we're going to add these things together here. So we end up with 262.81 grams per mole for beryllium iodide. Voila, we've got our molar mass. That could probably go a little bit faster than the 2 minutes and 30 seconds that we're already at, but again, I went through it in pretty long detail. So our question is, how many grams are in 0.02 moles of beryllium iodide? If you're kind of struggling with that answer and how now that we have our molar mass, use this. Again, a huge resource. You've got moles and you're going to grams. If you're going from moles to grams, you need to multiply, meaning that this number that you are given will be on the top, and this will be on the top. So we'll start with what we're given, 0.02 moles, that is, it's supposed to be a decimal there, of beryllium iodide. I'm going to multiply it. You can put this over 1 if you prefer to kind of have your brain, because anything over 1 is itself, but that you're welcome to use that method if that helps you. So remembering that we need to cancel those moles, so we're going to put this, because we've got our molar mass here. 1 mole of beryllium iodide weighs 262.81 grams. If you glance into that, you can probably kind of mentally think, our number better be littler than that, because this is way smaller than 1. So our number that is going to end up having is, so we got 0.02 times 262.81 is 5.27. 5.27 grams. That's what we have of beryllium iodide. So if I have 0.02 moles of beryllium iodide, that means I put that on the scale, I have 5.27 grams of beryllium iodide. One way to double check your work, double cross, make sure everything is you got to cancel those units. If it doesn't cancel, you don't have a mole over mole, or you don't have 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator, you set it up incorrectly. So that's one way to check your work. Hopefully that helps. Number 18, I'm going to go a little bit further than what it asks you, so that's on the next video. Hope it helped.